Good evening, sports fans from Spring Lake Park and the gymnasium on the campus of Spring Lake Park High School. It's time for North Suburban Conference Girls Volleyball here on North Metro TV. Tonight, the Columbia Heights Hylanders visiting the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Good evening once again. J.W. Cox alongside Larry Mickelson on North Metro TV. And Larry, another matchup here on North Metro between a couple of squads today that are trying to prove something to a lot of people and improve on what was a couple of tough seasons last year.
That's right, JW, and welcome everyone. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Still early in the year, both teams only 2 matches under their belt. Like you said, they're trying to find their identities yet and find what's going to work. I think Spring Lake Park probably has a little bit of an advantage. They're starting 3 seniors tonight, and they have a little bit of a height advantage, but they're also starting 2 sophomores, including setter number 3, Bailey Israelson. So it'll be interesting to see how she responds to the opening up of a varsity season.
In general, a young squad on the other side, like you mentioned, with Columbia Heights, so Spring Lake Park with the edge there. Panthers are 1-1 overall. They're 0-1 so far in North Suburban play as they lost to Chisago Lakes, back on the 4th. They opened with a win on the season, beating Legacy Christian. Meanwhile, 0-2 overall for the Highlanders. They lost to West Lutheran and Benilde St. Margaret's. They will be in tournament play coming up this weekend. Both these teams in tournament play. Spring Lake Park down at Mount Westonka, and Columbia Heights hosting their own tournament coming up. So that'll be quite a few games there over those couple of days on the weekend, and maybe out of the weekend at this point next week, these teams might have an identity and might kind of know where they're going to try and go this year.
That's a good point. They're going to be looking to get some momentum going into those tournaments. And early in the year, especially with the early season tournaments, you're trying to build chemistry, you're trying to build a lineup that's going to work. And let some of the girls get some work under their belts here before they get deep into the conference schedule.
For Columbia Heights and head coach Desiree Gillis, you see the starters there: Mohammed, Lobson, Yangchup, Gross, Vang, and Davis. For Columbia Heights at 0-2, Davis 97 assists last year, and she's going to be right in the thick of things you would have to see. Looking into the warm-up, she was right there leading the charge as well, and we'll see a lot of her, no doubt. On the other side, for head coach Sarah Herlovsky, a Columbia Heights graduate herself, she sends out Felons, Axon, Frawley, Klesk, Israelson, Boreen, and Lutke. Lutke coming back as well. A strong campaign as an all-conference libero last year. And she also will be wearing number 1 and sneak in there here in a moment.
Yeah, watching warm-ups, I'm going to be interested to see. I think for Columbia Heights, it's going to be Davis, as you mentioned, and also number 1, their middle, Quincy Gross, to see if they can provide some offense for the Highlanders.
So just about ready to start here between Columbia Heights and Spring Lake Park. Spring Lake Park with the 1 win under their belts, but both teams at 0-1 in conference. As you see the conference standings right there, the top 5 teams all with a victory. Tatina Grace yet to play, and we are underway here with one of these teams going to get their first conference victory. Spring Lake Park with the attack. Some scrambling to get that back over by Columbia Heights. Spring Lake Park sets it up again, slammed down there by Aliana Felons. And you could see her in warm-ups too, yep. Larry. She was taking a lot of the shots, and she could be a focal point of some of the offense.
Take a look at the replay. A lot of bouncing the ball around, but when they finally had a chance to set the ball up, Felons really put it down hard.
Lutke serving again. Set got a little deep into the net, and that was spelled disaster for Columbia Heights that time around. It's 2-0 out of the gate, Spring Lake Park. When
you're a team like Columbia Heights, you're kind of undersized. You really got to pass the ball well to have any chance, and they got to get that under control.
Lutke again, and gets in too deep, and it goes tight on Quincy Gross, and she can't get that initial pass going, so it's 3-0.
Now let that one get a little bit deep on her, up around the chest. Probably would have been better off to maybe take a step up and then use the fingertip pass on that.
Lutke, the senior. All conference, as we mentioned last year, that time a little bit wide on the serve. So the first point for Columbia Heights comes on the service there. It's 3-1.
Lutke's sister, older sister, her name escaped me at this time, was also a libero for Spring Lake Park a couple of years ago from a good, solid volleyball family.
Athletic family. Lutke, a couple of other sports here at Spring Lake Park as well. And it's Columbia Heights' first time off serve, and that's going to be into the net against Spring Lake Park. On that far side looked like Bailey Israelson.
Boy, if you're Spring Lake Park, you hate to see that. Ball wasn't even coming close to coming to their side of the net. Israelson went up to try to show a block and just hit the bottom of the net on her way up.
So back within 1 point with Mackenzie Davis serving for Columbia Heights. Another shot, that time picked up well by Quincy Gross. Davis bumps it over. Far side. And coming in on the net this time was Sharuk Mohammed for Columbia Heights. And so that'll be the point for Spring Lake Park, and they kind of get that back. It's 4-2.
A little better passing that time by Heights, but still a good swing by Spring Lake Park on their side of the net.
Bailey Israelson with the serve, and it goes off the hand of Tenzin Yangchuk, and will be the 5th point of this first set for Spring Lake Park.
Take a look at the replay here. Good serve by Israelson, and just got Columbia Heights kind of split the two defenders there.
J.W. Cox, Larry Mickelson on North Metro TV. Spring Lake Park and Columbia Heights, North Suburban Conference action. Shot into the net for Quincy Gross. Deep to try and take a shot and just couldn't get it to pop up and over.
And Mackenzie Davis for Heights is having to run around quite a bit. The passing's not there. Got to really tighten that up on the serve receive.
There it's over to Davis. Outside. And they do get it over. No shot. Coming up this time for Spring Lake Park. Good placement for Aliana Fellens.
Nice little roll shot by Fellens there. Got the defense on their heels and saw the big opening in the middle and dropped it right in there. Crafty shot. It's not all about power all the time.
Fellens, one of 4 seniors that Larry talked about starting on this roster for Spring Lake Park, and she's looking to have a big impact as the big hitter. That time pops over and runs wide, so it'll be 7-3 in favor of Spring Lake Park.
Tough play there by Fellens. The ball was going across the net. She did anything she could just to keep it in play, but couldn't bring it back.
Service dug out. Spring Lake Park gets the shot. And Fellens comes right back, and she does slam it home, so you see what she can do, and you get another look at it here.
Coming off the right side that time for 3 early kills in the match.
Fellens now back to serve. Dug out, pass, they'll just have to pop it over. Now Miranda Axon in the middle. She'll take the shot for Spring Lake Park. Dug out well by Vang. Too long that time as Quincy Gross. Hard hit, but all the way back to the wall. It'll be 9-3. And a timeout, first called by Desiree Gillis, head coach for Columbia Heights. And Larry, so through the first 12 points here, what have you seen from both of these teams so far?
Well, Heights really needs to get their clean up on their passing. Mackenzie Davis has not had a chance to set a ball, really. Therefore, Columbia Heights hasn't been able to take a full swing. Where Spring Lake Park was scrambling at times, they've been able to get a ball up to Israelson to get some nice swings by Fellens. And we're talking about passing. What you want ideally is to have that pass about 2 feet, 3 feet off the net, and right in about about 2/3 of the way down the net on the right side. So that allows you to run your entire offense. And when your setter's having to chase the ball all over the court, you can't set that up.
As you see the Class 3A rankings there, a couple of teams that we've had on here already. Number 2, Blaine. Number 5, Minnetonka. Saw a good clean game over at Blaine a few days ago earlier this week. Laconia, Shakopee in there as well. And these teams with some work to do, as we talked about, to find an identity and try and compete towards the upper levels. And Spring Lake Park.
The rotation error there. Not sure. Looks like 4-1. Yes, Quincy David Gross needs to be on the left side or in the middle. In the middle, and she and Vang got crossed up.
So it's 10-3 here in this first set. One of these teams looking to walk away with their first conference victory. And again, Columbia Heights, trouble with the passing, so they don't get the set. Pop it back over, another shot down. And that is just a bit wide by Miranda Axon, but still a good swing.
Good swing there, right? Kind of got the ball over her shoulder a little bit, had to reach back for it. Couldn't get the ideal swing on it, just wide. But we have way too many free balls by Columbia Heights right now. Need to try to set something up, take some swings.
The freshman Sharuk Mohammed deep on the serve. First time she's been back there. Only 5 players returning on this roster for Columbia Heights that saw varsity action in 2011. A season where Columbia Heights won the 3 of their first 5 matches. And then just one more win the rest of the time. That serve off the hand of Axon gets deep, and it'll be 12-4.
Another instant, take a look at the replay there. Number 2, Muhammad just came in a little bit, let the ball right up on her instead of holding her position. That one's going to go long.
Axon too deep this time. So the first serve right along the back line. That one a little bit too deep. It'll be 12-4. Make that 12-5, excuse me. The Spring Lake Park out to the early lead.
Nice play there by Klesk.
First time we've said Klesk's name. She brings some of the size there to the middle.
Take a look at the replay there. Nice set. Ball a little bit over her head when she swung, but she's able just to kind of flip it back over her head down in the middle for a point. And serve receive here, Columbia Heights may want to take a step back. So it's like with any sport, you want to keep the ball in front of you, and their first indication is to run up on it. Ball's running in deep on them.
Jasmine Richardson back to serve. Columbia Heights, short set that's going to be popped over by Davis, and it's going to drop in. A miscommunication there between Richardson and Putnam.
Putnam's got to take that. You do not want to have your setter taking the first contact. Working out since early in the season stuff, though. I mean, you're trying to work out.
Once the season rolls through, that'll be something that just comes second nature, you would hope, as a coach. Serve from Lobson. And that gets in on Lukey, and she can't handle it, so it's 13-7 Spring Lake Park.
Pretty good serve there. Got Lukey moving toward her offhand. She needed to be a little bit quicker there to try to get set up and pass the ball up to the setter.
Lobson again. That time.
Just long, not a bad serve. Aggressive serve there. If you're the coach, you don't mind. You hate service errors, but when you miss it just like that, you're okay, because that's good. That's a good aggressive serve.
Towards the back corner. And that time, Columbia Heights again having trouble with the serve. As Tatiana Smith is back on the line.
Nice serve there. Got some little pop to the serve. Nice roll. Same spot, same result.
Tenzin Yangchup, they're going right after, having some trouble. It's 16-7.
5 aces so far for Spring Lake Park.
Tatiana Smith actually on the JV roster, and that time she catches the net. So it'll be 16-8. Actually checked that. That was Brady, excuse me. 16.
Got Emily Boreen in the match now. There she is.
Maybe a chance for Columbia, but they had to pop it over. Now coming back, Fellons with the shot, knocked it home. 17-8.
Take a look at the replay here. Good arm swing again. It's probably still just a little bit underneath the ball. Like to see it out a little bit more in front, but a good swing finds the hole in the Columbia Heights defense.
17-8. Serve coming back. Columbia Heights again. Not much of a shot. Free ball picked up, shot down, but onto the net. And they called that on Mohammed?
Yes, they did. It was a net call, and Columbia Heights dug the ball, but it was a nice swing there that time by Axon. Playing in the middle right now.
Lukey too deep on the serve. 18-9. Spring Lake Park trying to find their way to finish off this first set. Davis, the junior, serving for Columbia Heights.
Nice set there, just long.
Putnam a little bit long. 18-10.
But a nice serve off a, not an ideal pass, but to get a back set on that was pretty good. Nice play by Richardson.
Davis again. Lutke receives the serve. Second try for Putnam, and she puts this one down.
A little better connection that time. It's a little bit tighter to the net.
And she's back to serve.
Look at the replay here. Right through the block.
Vang and Muhammad up front, both 5'4".
There's another indication. Just not passing very well right now for Columbia Heights.
And the third shot into the net, so 20-10.
That's a good pass there.
Set just bumped over. Shot, Felons dug out. Quincy Gross, but too deep and towards the scorer's bench. It'll be 21-10.
Good pass that time by Columbia Heights, and Davis had a chance to do with it. She elected just to tip it over the net. I think she should have tried to get her offense involved here.
One of the few times she's had that chance in good position, like Larry mentioned. And here they're scrambling again, and the free ball is up and over and taken by Spring Lake Park. Shot down for Axon, dug out well, but Columbia Heights couldn't finish it off and get it back over. 22-10.
Timeout now by Columbia Heights, taking their second timeout. Yeah, with Davis there, got to question the decision right there. When you get a good pass, you got to try to get your outside hitters involved some way, somehow. And you just don't want to tip the ball across. But
if for no other reason there, you kind of get a good feeling going. You can do it once, you can do it again, as they've struggled to sort of get those opportunities. And that may be something Coach Gillis is talking about to her team down there in that huddle. 22-10.
Spring Lake Park on their side, not the cleanest right now, but they're doing the right things. They're making better passes. They are getting some good swings, getting the ball to one of their primary offensive options, which would be Ariana Felons. She's putting some good swings. They're also getting their middles very involved. Some nice swings by Axon and Klesk.
And you can see there in that huddle, they certainly look like they're having fun, and Coach Orlovsky keeps them very loose. As the serve will come out for Lauren Putnam. 22-10. Davis just to pop it up, and it goes deep off the hand of Lobson. And 23-10. 4 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 underclassmen on this Spring Lake Park roster. Shot. Good one from Gross, but dug out by Lutke. And
net violation, but credit the kill to Axon there. And we were talking about it earlier. That's the 10th kill so far for Spring Lake Park. And Columbia Heights is still looking for their first kill.
Set point here in the first, 24-10. Davis, and there it is, into the net. Lobson couldn't quite get it over to try and get that first kill, and the first set goes 25-10 to Spring Lake Park. So the Panthers here at home out quick. And Larry, you talked about it. One side just a little bit sloppy on the passing. The other side not perfect, but doing some good things.
They're doing their things they need to get done. I mean, they got 10 kills there in the set out of 15 points, or 25 points. Where Columbia Heights had 0 points on kills out of their 10 points. So saw a little bit of good things happening there. A little bit better on the digs from Columbia Heights. They just got to build upon that. Spring Lake Park just tighten things up a little bit, be a little bit more aggressive on their passing, and they'll be really good. They'll be really fine.
After one set, we'll come back 1-0. Spring Lake Park with the lead over Columbia Heights on North Metro TV.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta.
Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
if you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
With gold at an all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains, we buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly Blade, we buy gold at your exchange.
Join Ben Hale every Friday on North Metro TV News.
Spring Lake Park takes the first set, 25-10 here at home on North Metro TV. J.W. Cox and Larry Mickelson. And the second set, just a couple of moments from getting underway. Columbia Heights 0-2, Spring Lake Park 1-1. And they flip sides here. So in the light blue, as things get set, Coach Orlovsky talking with this near side official. Blue and white for the Panthers, dark blue and gold for Columbia Heights, and they will serve. And that's Davis with the first serve, going deep. First point goes to Spring Lake Park.
Need to tighten that up as well. Can't give it when you not able to put the ball down. You can't give away too many 3 points. Israelson back to serve now for Spring Lake Park.
Serve came in well. Columbia Heights, a good job to scramble and get the shot back over. Here's Spring Lake Park. Some confusion. Didn't get a great set there, and so it's into the net. Frawley trying to clean it up. It's 1-1.
One of Spring Lake Park's 2 sophomores playing tonight. Frawley, a nice left-handed hitter off the right side. Don't know if she didn't have a real good approach on that, so want to work on that.
Serve from Vang. And Yupa Vang, a sophomore for Columbia Heights. Shot and into the net for Columbia Heights. Saw that a few times. That on Lobson. Saw that in the first set as well. It's 2-1.
So the net call there gives a point to Spring Lake Park, but also for the stats goes to the hitter, which at time was Fellens, for her 6th kill of the evening, I believe.
And now she's back to serve. Columbia Heights, that time passing a problem, and they couldn't finish to even pop it over, so it's 3-1.
Sometimes that's a tough play to make in the back row there. I think you're a little better off just dropping down and forearm passing it across the net, give a free ball that way. Nice serve.
Fellens again on the back line. There's Lobson to just get it over. Set up in front from
nice
Israelson. Dug out on this near side by Vang. Popped over again. Good exchange going here. Down by Frawley, and it's a little bit too deep.
So good point, or good rally there by both sides on that point. Columbia Heights had some nice digs there. They actually had a couple of swings. Same with Spring Lake Park. So hopefully they start settling in here. It's playing a little more aggressive volleyball.
And that one an aggressive shot, but into the net. Off the hand of Samantha Brady, the senior. And it'll be 3-all.
Take a look at the replay there. Just hit it a little bit too far back and a little bit down on that ball.
Sharouk Mohammed with the serve for Columbia Heights. That time Brady gets it up and over. Dug out. There's a good set from Davis. Pop down. Spring Lake Park, a good job to cover. Frawley had that one blocked down. And there's a good sequence for Columbia Heights. And now Coach Orlovsky wants a timeout. Chills will take it, and Columbia Heights with their first lead here today at 4-3.
Yeah, they're actually had a couple of attacks there. Spring Lake Park's getting some good swings, just hitting the ball into the net a little bit long. Coach Orlovsky over there is talking to Ariana Frawley to tell her to try to settle down, make sure she gets a good reach on her swing, and get the ball up over the net, and work on her approach. So, but Looking at the upcoming schedule for the Spring Lake Park Panthers, next week they've got Osseo and Andover. I know Andover should be a good match. All three of those teams are from the Northwest Suburban. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, got a note there that was not Spring Lake Park's schedule. It was Blaine's. I was wondering why there were so many Northwest.
So many Northwest. They're at Spring Lake Park, though. They're actually going to that Mountain West Tonka tournament that we mentioned last week, or next weekend, or upcoming in a couple of days now. We'll get it straight. They play Minneapolis South. They have West Lutheran on the road, St. Francis, and they go to Benilde St. Margaret over the next couple of weeks for the Panthers on the schedule.
There we go. Nice swing that time by Frawley.
Clearly putting into action what it was that their coach told her in that timeout, and Frawley evens it at 4.
I like that. Like you said, Coach Orlowski brought her aside, talked to her. They go right to her right away. Gets the point.
We see Alicia Monserrati come into the ballgame for the first time for Columbia Heights. And it'll still be Frawley on this near side as Miranda Axon goes back to serve. Popped up. Columbia Heights over. Set. Coming back to Frawley. Left hand
nice.
Down and in on the backside. 5-4. Another lead for Spring Lake Park.
2 straight kills by Frawley. They're just getting a little bit higher in their approach. Getting on top of the ball, driving it down.
Axon again to serve. Again on this near side. It goes straight up and over and out.
Service ace, number 6 for Spring Lake Park on the evening.
So after being down 4-3 for a moment, a timeout, now 3 straight points, and Axon still serving. Make it 4 straight, another ace, and it's 7-4. A well-placed timeout, obviously, by Coach Orlowski.
Really got him going after. Take a look at the replay, a little diving ball on that floater. And another serve, kind of bring them up a little bit. Hits the hole in the serve receive. 3 straight aces now for Axon.
5 total points after the timeout with Axon serving. Check that 4 straight with her serving. 5 overall. Miscommunication. Columbia won't get it over again. And so it'll be 9-4, and just like that, it's a 5-point lead here in the second, already up 1-0, and now Coach Gillis wants a timeout herself.
Just forced 3 straight aces by Axon. The 4th one, while it wasn't an ace, it was definitely led to that point. As now Spring Lake or Columbia Heights is starting to struggle with their passing and their serve receive again. They had things going there, a little bit of Spring Lake Park errors, but Columbia Heights started playing better, and now they're kind of trying to get back. They got away from that. So
Columbia Heights this season here on North Metro TV is they're trying to break a losing string that goes all the way back to last September. They beat St. Croix Prep at home, and that was the last time they got the victory. So they're trying to get off to a little bit better start, like they did last year. I mentioned they won 3 of their first 5. And through the middle of the season, it got tough, and that's just got to be tough for the girls on this team coming back that remembered all of that.
Exactly. And Columbia Heights has a history of some very good volleyball back in the, I think it was late 80s, early 90s. State tournament participants. I think they won state 1 year, so 1 or 2 years. So good history there. Just trying to get it back. Axon
still serving at 9-4. That time, Columbia Heights able to get it over. Set coming to the middle this time, popped over by Klesk. And they can't return, they being the Hylanders. 10-4.
Take a look at the replay here.
As Axon again gets that one in. Axon on a roll. 8 straight points now for Spring Lake Park.
One of the hard things about volleyball, it's such a game of momentum when you take a look at the replay here. When it's on your side, you just want to keep it rolling, but it's so hard to define when it arrives and when it leaves you.
Axon has it now, popped up. Good net play, both sides there. Axon will have to reset. Set coming back. Frawley had to go to her left, still got it up. And the point's going to come to Spring Lake Park as they held that just a bit. 12-4.
Give that kill to Frawley again. That's her third of the match and the set. Talk about momentum. It all started when she started getting her attacks down.
Axon still serving. Columbia Heights trying to find a way to break that. Good pass up to the front. Set going to the far side.
Nice.
Down and in. That's Samantha Brady, the senior.
Good set, good swing, good location right down the line. Not an easy shot to come right down the line there. You got to kind of swing across your body. But a nice shot there by the senior.
13-4 in the second. Davis came a long way to try and set that one up, and Mohammed couldn't quite get it up and over. 14-4 on an 11-0 run from 4-3 to 14-4. Columbia Heights back. Axon to set it up. Coming to Frawley again. Too long. And that'll break up the string, but a good swing by Frawley. But again, what she was struggling with a little bit early, going a little too deep.
Yep. But that was a good aggressive swing. I think she just got under. Take a look at the replay here. Good set. Just kind of got the ball up, ran underneath the ball a little bit, couldn't get to keep the ball out in front of her in her attack.
Israelson's been a big part of this run as well. You mentioned the good set. She's been all over the place along the front of the net. That time into the net, off the hand of Tenzin Yangchup. 15-5. Yangchup swinging through, but right into the top.
Right now from Columbia Heights, I don't like losing the point, but at least we did some things right there. You got to build upon that now.
As Jasmine Richardson, the junior, back to serve. Ooh, just out. Great location though, deep corner there. And when you're up 15-5, you can try to make those types of serves. We've seen a couple of serves go deep just on one corner and now the other from Spring Lake Park, being very aggressive at times. Now the serve for Helen Lobson. Dug out well and popped straight over. A chance for Columbia Heights, get the set near the net, but Quincy Gross can't pop it over, so it'll be 16-6 Spring Lake Park. Take a look at the replay there. Not sure if that was where the set wanted, where they were running the play, but they need to get Quincy involved a little bit more on the Columbia Heights side of the net. Samantha Brady with the serve. Samantha Brady with the ace at 17-6. Take a look here. She has a nice hard serve there. The ball comes back pretty quick, pretty heavy. Brady give it, and Brady take it away. 17-7. And Spring Lake Park looking at that 10-point cushion here in the second. They won the first 25-10 with 10 kills in there. It's been the story of aces in this second set. Just wide there by Quincy Davis. Then we have Emily Maureen that replaced Samantha Brady in the back row. Klusk now to serve. Gross pops it up, and it rolled off the side towards the stands on that far side. And it's 18-7. 19-7 on that service ace. They're really picking on Gross there on the serve. I mean, that ball's finding her everywhere she goes. Klesk again to the back. This time it's Lobson. Gross had to get the second touch. Couldn't do it, 27. Kaylee Hagberg is going to check in for Columbia Heights. Look at it here again down the middle, and you want to try to be set when you pass the ball. And the serve receiver there, which was Helen Lobson, was moving back and away from the ball instead of getting set, getting it there. That's a much better play. And the set. Shot just into the top of the net for Mohammed, but like you said a few points ago, they did some good things there. Decent pass, good set, just need to get the ball. And a hard swing by Mohammed, just got to get the ball a little bit higher on her attack. Ruth Ochoa into the ball game for the first time, a junior. 21-7 Spring Lake Park, goes right to Ochoa, and she, like a lot of her teammates did in that first set, moving forward first rather than back. Yeah, she held her position. Ball would have come right to her. Take a look at that. 22-7 here in the second. Klesk serving, and that time wide on the far side. Just to the right of the Columbia Heights. Well, we talked about that. Just like in baseball, they tell you if your line drives hit at you, you freeze, see where it's going before you make your initial move. This time the attack too deep. And that was off the hand of Lauren Putnam. No, it did catch it. Oh, as it is saying, it looks like they're calling it off the tip. No, just missed the replay. Sorry about that. But yeah, it looks like they called the point for Spring Lake Park. 23-8 off the tip. Give the point to Putnam. And she'll go back to serve. 2 to close out the set. Towards the net, pop back over, in the front there by Axon. Miscommunication, and there's the point. Set point coming up at 24-8.
Take a look at the replay. Nice play by Axon there to tip the ball over, and some miscommunication between.
Coming back again, Ochoa got it too deep. Again, she was stepping in a couple of steps. Went off her hands in deep. And that was it. Set point 25-8. So Spring Lake Park takes the first 2, Larry, and that time a little more crisp for Spring Lake Park. A lot of very good serves that helped kind of key that second set victory.
Yes, there was. They had some good swings there. They struggled early in the set, down 4-3, and then ran off 11 or 12 in a row. Started when they started getting some good swings from Crowley, got the momentum going, got the aggressiveness going, and carried them over through the rest of the set. On Columbia Heights side, things they can work on, things they can improve upon. They're not getting aced because the balls are coming that hard. They just need to hold their position, set their platforms, be solid in their platforms and their passing, and they can make some noise.
At the end of the second, 25-10, 25-8, 1 set away for the Panthers to send everyone home happy here on North Metro TV.
Check it out. Oh, that is magnificent.
Here comes the big one, Elizabeth.
I love it so much. I'm feeling a little guilty on account of me being married. There are 8 wonders in the world.
I can't believe it.
Pinch me. I think I'm dreaming.
Okay.
No, it's real.
Ooh, yes.
My name is Fran Sorensen. I am an artist. I am an educator, and I have been educating students for 25 years. I am also a collector. I collect salt and pepper shakers. I collect postcards. I collect rocks. And I write on the bottom of all my rocks telling where they're from and who they're from. I love square dancing. I make my own TV shows free at North Metro TV, and I love it.
Get started by signing up for free TV production classes at 763-231-2803 or eric@northmetrotv.com.
Back at the Fieldhouse at Spring Lake Park, 2 sets to none for the Panthers, and looking to close it out against Columbia Heights, and they'll get the first point coming off the serve of Rachel Klesk.
That's the 15 service 8s tonight by Spring Lake Park.
And that was the story, as we talked about before the break, of the second set. And that time too deep, so even up at 1.
Unofficially in the second set, I had Crowley with three kills. Fellinson, Putman, and Brady with each one.
There's the shot for Fellins. Give her another 2-1 for the Panthers.
Nice play there. Again, starts with the pass. Good set. And down the middle.
So back to serve Israelson, who maybe we weren't calling quite so much, but Larry mentioned her a couple of times. A lot of very good sets coming through the middle off her hands, and there's an error on Lobson.
Well, one of the reasons we didn't call her name was her position. When her rotation got up front, she got pulled out for an attacker, and I don't know if she ever got back on the court.
Back here now with the serve. 3-1, Spring Lake Park is up. And a little bit off the hand of Sharuk Muhammad. Just a freshman.
At least they're getting some attacks now. They're getting the ball to the setter in a settable position. Now they have to have confidence that they can put the ball across the net.
Good dig on that far side, Yangchup, but too strong on the second touch, and it'll be 5-1.
A little bit of miscommunication there again. Davis is going after it, but kind of got approached in there, kind of had to back away.
Another serve for Israelson. First touch right back over. Israelson the set. Going to the back for Frawley.
Nice swing there by Frawley.
6-1 Spring Lake Park.
Take a look at the replay here. Good set. That time she kept the ball a little bit in front of her head. Was able to get the ball and get on top of the ball.
Israelson still serving. She'll take the first touch on the return. Pop back over by Frawley, and that'll drop down.
Nice play there by the sophomore.
7-1, and that'll be a timeout for Columbia Heights. And we should note, Larry, Columbia Heights, with one of their seniors, Amanda Nisnik, did not make the trip here. And she last year was the leader in kills coming back with 29. So they're playing shorthanded. And clearly there's a lot of things with, as we mentioned, a young team that they're trying to work through. And at least they'll take away from this some more specific things that they can look at and try and improve on as they move forward.
That's a good point. When you've got a young team, you look for leadership wherever you can find it, and not having a senior come along with you for whatever reason is a difficult situation. So what Columbia Heights needs to do is get a couple of points here so they can get Gross up to the front row, have some offense there. Should note that Columbia Heights is playing without a libero tonight as well.
Serve again for Israelson for Spring Lake Park. Shot coming over for Gross, and she got a shot. Not a great look at it, and it went too deep. It'll be 8-1.
Again, same thing. Kind of came up underneath the ball, had to reach back for it. Hard to get any kind of a shot when you're having to do that.
Israelson dug out this time by Gross, popped up by Davis.
Nice save by Davis. But Gross needs to stop, set her platform. She's getting the ball too high. Platform a little bit high, the ball's popping up or back instead of forward.
Israelson again, and she will step away from the serving line. She puts that one into the net. 9-2. 2 sets to none. Spring Lake Park trying to finish things off in 3. Both the losses for the Highlanders so far 3-0. Their last match, Spring Lake Park, a 3-1 4-set loss to Chisago Lakes. That time, the attack put over by Vang. Recover. Felons, she'll get credit for that.
Another good swing by Felons there.
Yang chip into the net. And Samantha Brady going to come on in for Emily Boreen. 10-2 Spring Lake Park. Felons back to serve. Dug out by Gross. Popped that one up well. Set coming up to the top for Mohammed. Pops it down.
That's the first kill tonight for Columbia Heights. So they got, again, not a great pass, but they got one that Davis could do something with. And a nice play by Mohammed just to get it across the net.
Sharuk Muhammad credited with that first kill of the day, and she's back to serve. Just a freshman. Coming back now, Frawley with another kill.
Nice shot there by Frawley again. Not the perfect position, but she's able to put it down the line when the entire defense for Columbia Heights tended to be across court. Nice play by Frawley.
Monserrati back in for Columbia Heights. Axon to serve. Good recovery, and there's Davis popping it back over for Columbia Heights. The shot is in off the hand of Rachel Klesk. She'll pick up another kill.
Looked like the line judge on the near side here called the ball went over the antenna. I'm not sure that it really did. The official chose to override her.
Davis set that time.
There we
Lobson, and that'll be the point for Columbia Heights. And again, we see for the second time in this set a good enough pass, and Davis getting the set.
Good enough pass and not a bad play, not a bad swing by the outside. See there, good spot. That split the defenders. Columbia Heights making baby steps here tonight.
Yang chip on the serve. That one's out, and they'll get 2 straight. That'll be 12-5. Spring Lake Park 25-10 in the first, 25-8 in the second. Yang chip to serve again.
Service ace for Yang chip.
Lutke tried to pop it up, rolled off the fingertips, and 12-6.
Good serve there, kind of hard, flat serve that Lutke just couldn't handle.
And that time too deep on the serve. 13-6 Spring Lake Park. Breaks up the mini run, and Ariana Frawley back to serve. Left-handed stroke into the net. 13-7. Richardson to come back in.
So we talked about earlier why we didn't call Davis's name very much in the second set. Putnam comes in for her when they're in the front row. And the second set, she never got back to the back row again. So.
And Putnam in now. And the serve off the hand of Lobson. That'll be a service ace to make it 13-8.
Okay, if I'm Coach Herlovsky right now, I'm not totally concerned, but I'm a little frustrated that they're letting some fairly easy serves be allowing to ace themselves.
Lobson will try again. Two-tone shoelaces. Popped up, and that is saved by Lexi Lutke.
Double contact there.
Another shot by Vang, dug out. Here we come with Brady, pops that one over. Good recovery by Gross, but it's going to land out. It'll be 14-8.
Spring Lake Park got a break there. Looked like a double contact there on Richardson when she collided. It was another Spring Lake Park player, but play went on, and Spring Lake Park comes up with the point.
And here comes Brady with the serve. And it's popped into the net of Columbia Heights, 15-8.
I like her serve. It's a quick serve, quick arm swing. Comes with some pace and a little top spin on it to dive over the net.
Brady, the senior, just gets that one over the net, and that'll be a service ace, 16-8.
Doesn't help to have a net crawler like that either. But when you have a good hard swing or serve, tends you get those breaks.
2 kills, 5 aces. That time again, just over the net, a diving try by Lobson. Can't come up with it, 17-8.
Just mixing them up too, left side, left side. So keeping Columbia Heights on their toes.
Very calm with the serve. Dug out by Yangchup, set up by Davis. Yangchup will come up to pop it over. Lutke starting it for Spring Lake Park. And there was just a bit of an error and a miss hit by Rachel Klesk.
Just some miscommunication, bad timing there between the setter and Klesk. Not sure if the set was a little late or if Klesk went up a little early, but point for Columbia Heights.
Boreen into the game. Has Quincy Gross, the sophomore, back to serve for Columbia Heights. And the first one, the service error into the net, 18-9.
Hate to give the ball right back to Spring Lake Park right there for Columbia Heights. You want to make them at least play the ball.
Lutke to serve. Gross let it go, probably a good idea. Now she gets the shot, but had to just try and pop it over. Dug out well by Lobson, but not the greatest pass to get it to Davis, and they'll call a timeout at 19-9. So we saw a run here, Larry, from Columbia Heights, and you mentioned Coach Herlovsky not necessarily worried, but she had to be concerned about what Columbia Heights was doing and what her team specifically was doing to let them back in it, but it was a lot of good from the Highlanders as well.
They forced the play. They made Spring Lake Park play it. And you're not concerned about the aces as much as just letting your focus get away from you. They weren't difficult serves. They weren't getting in good positions for them. So, and on the last play there, again, we saw Quincy Gross on a free ball choosing to go with the fingertip push across instead of just dropping down and forearming the free ball across. You want to make the safe play. And a couple times a night, she's elected not to do that, and it's cost Columbia Heights.
Lexi Lutke back to serve. Coming from this near side. 19-9. Gross had it roll in a little bit. Now she'll have to try and get it over, and they won't. Serve turns into a point. Lutke stays back there at 20-9.
Hagberg's going to come in for Gross now. I think that's a good move. Gross isn't looking real confident, looking a little nervous back there at serve receive, and ball has a way to find you when that's happening.
Oh. Talk about the ball finding someone. Hagberg going over to give it a look at the line and let it go, and it hit her in the hip.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Good idea, but just little over-aggressive following the ball to the line.
Bit of a profit there, Larry. The ball will find you, and the ball finds the line that time just inside of it. Off Lutke, and it's 22-9, so 3 away from wrapping this one up on the Spring Lake Park Panthers.
That was a nice serve by Lutke there. Short serve in the corner in front of the 10-foot line. It's a difficult serve to defend against.
See if the senior just tries to finish it off here.
Going at it again, same thing.
So Gross comes out, Hagberg in, and she's struggling as well.
Might be looking and go, why isn't Davis picking that ball up? She's the setter. Again, you don't want her to take that first ball, but she may have to on something like that.
23-9. Lutke pops it up, and that time just comes a little bit too short.
After 3 aces, I'll take a service error and something like that. Again, just trying to get the ball just over the net. That's an aggressive serve. You may think it's soft, but it's an aggressive serve. You're trying to get it short in the court and create some confusion on this other team's side.
Looking to be very creative as Yupa Vang is back to serve for Columbia Heights. 23-10. Their last chance to make a pretty miraculous run here. Set up, shot down and in off the hand of Axon. And the senior makes it set point, match point for Columbia, or for Spring Lake Park.
All set up by the pass by Emily Marine on that one. Nice pass. Richardson gave a good set to Axon. Down it went for the point.
Putnam to serve. Set and match point. And there it is. Spring Lake Park gets it off the service ace. Those last 2 sets, why not off a service ace? 25-10, just like in the first, with a 25-8 sprinkled in the middle. And Spring Lake Park picks up their first North Suburban Conference victory of the season. They'll move to 1-1 in conference. Columbia Heights at 0-2. And Larry, Spring Lake Park clearly coming into this game, taking advantage, I think, of some of the experience that they have into this game and into this season.
They did. Take a look at the match point here. Another service ace for Spring Lake Park. Like you said, fitting that it should end on that. There was a number of service aces Spring Lake Park had tonight. But yeah, Spring Lake Park did what they needed to do. It's not easy when you're playing against a team that's having a hard time getting the ball across the net. Ball comes across soft. It's hard to keep that momentum going to get some good swings. But I thought Spring Lake Park did a good job of that. Had some real nice swings. I was impressed with the swings by Fallons, by Frowley when she got going, and then also by Axon in the middle. So Columbia Heights side, there were some signs. When they controlled the ball and they made good passes off the serve, they were able to at least to get some swings. And they need to build upon that. I mean, they're an undersized team, so they need to be able to keep the ball in play and be able to give themselves some offensive options. But a nice victory tonight for Spring Lake Park. Give them some good feelings heading into this weekend's tournament.
Weekend tournament play at Mound Westaka for the Panthers. Columbia Heights tournament, they will host their own coming up this weekend as well. And we'll come back, host you for a little bit longer as we'll get some post-game reaction here on North Metro TV.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta.
Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains, we buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley Blaine, we buy gold at your exchange.
Join Ben Hale every Friday on North Metro TV News.
check it out. Oh, that is magnificent.
Here comes the big one, Elizabeth.
I love it so much. I'm feeling a little guilty on account of me being married. There are 8 wonders in the world.
I can't believe it.
Pinch me. I think I'm dreaming.
Okay.
No, it's real.
Ooh, yes!
3 straight set victory for Spring Lake Park over Columbia Heights. And for some reaction, we go to the best dressed man in the building down on the court, Bobby Ursuline.
Thanks, guys. Down here with Bailey and Elena, a couple of the stars for the Panthers this evening. Bailey, you guys had a lot of success serving the ball tonight. What led to that?
I think we just really pushed hard in practice, and we just worked really hard, and we just kept motivating ourselves, and our team kept cheering us on, and that just succeeded us and made us win.
So, Elena, all 3 games you guys won by pretty big margins. Was this the best match that you guys have played all year?
We've played better, but it was good. We had a lot of communication, and our serving was good. Passes were good, and yeah.
All right, so I'll ask both of you. Bailey, you can go first.
Right.
What do you guys need to do to build off of this victory going forward the rest of the year?
I think we needed to communicate more and just be like as a team, because once we communicate, it seems like we succeed more, and once we communicate, it just comes together as a team.
All right, Elena, anything else to add?
If we keep up the communication, we'll win for sure. And we just got to keep the energy up and make sure we talk and have fun.
All right, well, we're trusting both of you that that'll happen the rest of the season. So good luck the rest of the way, and great game tonight. Back to you guys.
Spring Lake Park, Eliana Fellens and Bailey Israelson giving us some reaction of their victory. And last thoughts from you, Larry Mickelson, about what you saw here today at Spring Lake Park.
I was encouraging when Bailey said, or no, I'm sorry, Eliana stated they can play better, because I think they can. There's some things they can build upon there. They did the things that they needed to do to win tonight. They just need to build upon that. Columbia Heights has obviously got some work to do, but they showed that when they can start putting the ball in play, keep it in play, that they at least get some offense going. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams do towards later in the year. We have Spring Lake Park again, I believe, in a couple of weeks, so looking forward to see how they progress over the next 2 weeks or so.
Both teams in tournament play. Panthers 2-1 now overall, 0-3 for Columbia Heights. For everybody with North Metro TV, including my partner Larry Mickelson, I'm JW Cox. You've been watching high school girls volleyball North Suburban Conference action right here on North Metro TV. Have a great night, everybody.